I'm Mike Gannio with some important information to share with you. Being aware of this information could make a significant difference in your ability to protect OCPS students and employees. Acts of violence and dangerous threats in our state and nation are constant reminders of the importance for OCPS employees to understand their responsibility in ensuring the safety and security of our children and our facilities. These tragic events make it necessary for every private, public, and governmental organization in America to look more closely at the way we address security issues. For example, if you are responsible for handling mail, take precautions. Here's what to look for: a package or envelope with no return address, a piece of mail on which the return address does not match the postmark, mail not addressed to a specific person or with an obvious misspelling. Check closely stained, discolored, or wet packages. If you encounter a suspicious item, put it in a plastic bag or container. Cover it and isolate the area where the package is located. Notify your supervisor immediately. He or she will notify law enforcement and security services. Everyone who may have come in contact with the suspicious item should wash their hands thoroughly with soap and water. Incidents can occur in our community which result in law enforcement operating on or near our campuses or work locations. If you see this kind of activity and have not received any information from your supervisor, notify your supervisor immediately. The supervisor will order a lockdown by issuing a code yellow or code red alert and will contact the Security Control Center at 407-317-3333. The supervisor will be advised when it is safe to return the facility to normal operating conditions. All employees must do everything possible to reduce any likelihood that a child is missing or abducted from school before, during, or after the instructional day. If you suspect that a child is missing, notify the administrator in charge, who will immediately notify the local law enforcement agency and security services. Getting law enforcement involved quickly can make a significant difference in the time it takes to find a child. Another issue important to the safety of our students is the superintendent's requirement that all OCPS employees prominently display their OCPS identification badge at all times while on district-owned property. This is the best way for you to identify who is authorized to be at your work location. When you meet an adult who is not wearing an ID badge, assist that person by escorting them to the office location which handles visitor sign-in procedures. It may become necessary to close one or more schools or even all district work locations in the event of a natural emergency such as severe weather or a man-made emergency such as a chemical spill. Communication systems are in place to notify students, parents, and employees of school closings. If you are not certain whether the district is closing schools during severe weather or an emergency situation, check the email or voicemail systems at work before leaving home. If you are unable to access one of those systems, tune your TV to Bright House Cable Channel 13. Channel 13 is the official emergency broadcast station for our school system. In the event you have lost power in your home, tune a battery-powered radio to one of the local radio stations. Radio stations will also be given school closing information for broadcast during times of emergency. Every work location has at least one copy of this emergency procedures manual. It provides step-by-step directions on what actions administrators and employees must take when emergency actions are required. The response team at your work location should read this manual. They must be aware of the actions necessary for managing the wide range of emergencies that could occur at your work location. They should brief all employees on those emergency procedures before it is necessary to use them. There is also a quick reference guide in every classroom and at every work location. It is an easy-to-use, abbreviated version of the Emergency Procedures Manual. Classroom emergency folders have been provided to every elementary and middle school for issue to classroom teachers. These folders contain important information to assist teachers during emergency situations such as lockdowns and evacuations. With the assistance of a federal grant from the United States Department of Education, the district has provided every school with a crisis management kit. These kits include many items which would be needed if an emergency required the evacuation of the school site. Every school has a safe school plan that is updated each year. The plans include violence prevention and intervention programs, supervision schedules, school emergency response team assignments, and evacuation locations. We are very proud that our school sites and work locations are among the safest places in our community during an emergency. If you have any questions about the information that I've shared with you, please call Security Services at 407-317-3468. Whether you work in transportation, facilities, or personnel, in administration or in the classroom, being prepared is the key to an effective response to an emergency. Because of you, OCPS is able to maintain a safe and positive learning and working environment for students and employees.